Luke Evans, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. How are you?
Very good, Rory. You?
I can't complain. Congratulations, first of all, on 2013. You were the bad guy in one of the biggest films of the summer, Fast and Furious 6.
Yes.
And now you're going to be in what is undoubtedly going to be the biggest film of the winter, the Desolation of Smaug. How has this year been for you?
Amazing, actually. Yeah, it's funny when you shoot films out, they were shot a year ago, and The Hobbit even longer. So you forget that they both were going to come out in the same year. So yeah, it's been a massive year for me, and a very exciting year. And it's nice to be part of something that was liked, it was successful. It's not always the case.
I have to confess, I haven't read The Hobbit books. I was a big fan of The Lord of the Rings, but I hadn't read The Hobbit books. Were you a fan of them yourself?
It's only one book, actually.
That's correct,
yeah. You'd think there was three, because there's 3 movies, but actually it's just one book, and it's a brilliant story. You should read it, it's wonderful. Unless you don't want to spoil the ending. Yeah, you might want to wait.
So if you have read the book before, do you find that knowing the material beforehand would influence how you play a character, or...
Well, I think it'd be foolish to play a role in The Hobbit without having read Tolkien's book, because it's such a beautiful book. It's beautifully written and very imaginative, and the characters are so well drawn that you'd be foolish to not do that. So I did read it, but the script is so different and so much going on in the script that I referred to the script almost immediately when I got to New Zealand, and it was very easy to bring Bard alive. He's a fantastic character, so
Bard, I find in this movie, is one of the few almost purely good guys, because a lot of the other people in the film seem to be getting warped a bit by greed, or have already been completely warped by greed, and especially in Lake Town, Bard seems to be surrounded by these people who are just basically bad people. Is it difficult to play someone who is a good guy but is seen as the bad guy in the film?
Well, I think that's the whole point of Bard, is that you think he's one thing and then realise he's completely the opposite, and he doesn't really have an agenda. He just his only agenda, I guess, is to look after and protect his children, but he has a voice in the film because he is closely associated with the dragon. He's connected to this dragon in a very interesting way, and when he protests the dwarves' intentions, I think he has absolute right to say what he says, and he's an unlikely hero. He's forced into a position where he has to do something, but he's not the man. I don't think he thinks he's the man for the job. Yeah, which is why you sort of warm to him in the first place. This dude's like,
he's just trying to get by.
Yeah, he's got these 3 kids looking at him, going, is the dragon going to kill us, Daddy? And he's going, what am I going to do? Oh, God, all right, give me the bloody bow and give me the arrow and I'll do something. But I don't even think, even at that point, that he thinks he's going to do it. He doesn't think he's going to succeed, but he has no choice. And that's a very human, raw emotion, to just self-sacrifice and protect. And he's a wonderful man.
Absolutely. And as good as 2013 was, 2014 is going to be even bigger for you, because... you've been shooting Dracula Untold, I think, back in Ireland, and you have part 3 of The Hobbit coming out, and you're shooting the remake of The Crow.
That's right.
So it's a big year for you. When it comes to picking new projects, what is the one thing for you that's like, that's what I have to do? Is it like the people you're working with? Is it a script?
It's quite a few things. I mean, obviously the subject matter is something that I have to be interested in it. I mean, I don't just take a role because it's a big movie, or it's the story has to trigger something in my mind, my imagination, and I want something that's going to challenge me, and I want to work with directors that are going to challenge me and that are brilliant, and their work speaks for itself. And I look for those roles, and they're hard to find sometimes. But that's how it works, I guess. It's also doing something different. I don't want to keep playing the same roles. That's why one minute I'm a bad guy, next minute I'm a good guy, next minute I'm a Greek god, and I'm a vampire. I'm mixing it up. It's interesting for me, and it's interesting for the people watching the films. I want to just keep it interesting. I think that's the main point, and challenge myself and work with people that I respect and admire, which obviously working on this film ticked up all of those boxes.
Yeah. Luke Evans, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.